Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for mid-September 2025. I kind of had like a little bit of a vision before I started your reading, and it was like a camera, and it was like you are making something sharper. If you ever look through a camera and it's kind of like out of focus, and then you mess with the focusing ring and you focus the image. It's like that's what popped into my head before I started your reading. And usually if something like that happens, I call it out right at the beginning of the reading. And so it just seems to me like you are like sharpening something, like sharpening an image, right? It's like something is becoming much clearer for you at this time. I literally feel that you could be feeling this. Like today is the 13th. This will be published on the 14th, and this is something that you could be feeling, like after the 15th is what I'm trying to spit out here. And so it's like you're making something sharper or clearer in your life, and I feel that is going to be a good thing. Now, this kind of makes sense here, Capricorn, because you have, Saturn retrograde in Pisces, and Saturn retrograde, Saturn's your ruling planet. So whenever it goes retrograde, you're definitely going to feel it more than everyone else. And then, in Pisces for you, it definitely makes sense. I guess I could see how that would be a connection that I could make, right? So you start here in your current general energies. We're doing a Celtic cross for these mid-monthly readings with the Hierophant. The Hierophant can be like blessings. The Hierophant can be the teacher, and it can also represent thinking outside the box. I feel that some of you could be experiencing some sort of blessing. It's like you got to get out of your head, though, I feel here. You have the Nine of Swords in your last row, which we'll talk about in a minute. I don't really feel bad about it. I just feel more like overthinking energy, or it's like I think the problem with the Hierophant is like sometimes the Hierophant can represent that energy of thinking this is the way XYZ should be. It's like whatever you're trying to accomplish. You might have a story in your head of how something should go. Probably not, right? It's like I think this is encouraging you to be flexible. I also feel it's saying like if you feel that something is going to go exactly how you think, probably not. And that is not a bad thing. I feel the card is just encouraging flexibility. I feel it's encouraging you to learn more. I feel also that we have the Queen of Cups as your crossing energy. The crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you in a Celtic cross. And the Queen of Cups says that you have to follow your heart at this time. And if you do that, you will be very successful. I feel that you are in a position where like you are in a position of refinement. Maybe that is a good word that I should use with that the whole camera message, right? It's like you are refining things in your life. It's not really a great time at the end of the year here for Capricorn, I think, to necessarily like totally push on something and like work super hard on something. I feel it's a better time to take like what you've already done, and it's like, can you make it sharper? Can you refine what you're doing? And again, following your heart on those things is going to be what you have to do. Again, this could also be you refining the story of your life, Capricorn. So a pretty deep message because, again, and pretty intense because, again, you could be looking at your life story so far and you could be saying, there are some things that I have that are good, but there are some other things that I don't have that I want. And I feel if you become clear on those things that you will be getting a lot of opportunities here. So you have the Ace of Pentacles. I didn't even show you this. Your first two cards are abundance and luck in money. Are you kidding me? So there's clearly a lot of luck in abundance and also your finances. But again, we've already said what I want to say about that. Basically, for you to increase your money luck, I would be refining the things that you work on, even if it's like a side hustle or something like that. It's like, can you make it sharper? The Ace of Pentacles would also say that there's a lot of opportunity for growth. We have this garden here at the front of the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles says we have to, water, feed, fertilize, and nurture and give sunlight to the things that we care about. And if we do that, those things or those opportunities will grow. So like I said, it's not like you're really, see the mountains are in the background here, Capricorn, right? It's like you don't have to reach those mountains this second. It's like the universe is saying at the end of the year here, even though this is a mid-monthly reading, I kind of feel that this reading is talking about the end of the year, basically, from now until the end of the year. And I feel it's saying like you are in a position where you should take what you've already been working on and, kind of improve it, enhance it, refine it, give it sunlight, nurture it, take care of it, all those things. And if you do that, I feel you'll be very, very happy that you did, because you'll probably get abundance and luck and money out of doing, just working on what you've been working on all along. And, I think there's something in that for you. I feel there's a lot of opportunity at this time as well. So, I would be looking for opportunity. In your foundation, you have the Four of Pentacles. I love the Four of Pentacles in the area of the foundation, specifically in a Celtic cross, because it is just a really good card, a good foundational card. He has a solid foundation. These two pentacles here. Taurus also had this card in exactly the same position, which is pretty interesting. But, again, I feel you're coming from a solid foundation is what this card is saying. It's like the foundational stuff is in place. And, obviously that is a good thing, especially for those of you working on businesses or careers or whatever. I feel you have that solid foundation. And so it's time to kind of like build upon it and, refine it. Like I said, I feel that'll be very good for you. I am getting like a little bit of risk here. I feel like the risk is the Nine of Swords, which we will talk about in just a minute. Next, in the area of your past, you have this Tall Tale card and this Waking the Lion card. The past position is the energy that you are moving past. So I feel a lot of you are, could be moving past people who've told you stories. I've said this before. I think Capricorns definitely, based off your astrology, definitely could have dealt with past connections where a person was a liar, cheater, stealer, or, maybe not even, but, it could just be a person who sold you a story. It's like, again, maybe they didn't like lie, but, sometimes I think a person can tell us, oh, I want to marry you, or I want to do this, and then it doesn't happen, and we feel like they lied, even though they didn't. It's like, that's how life works. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, right? And so I kind of feel like some of you have come off of that. Now, you have this Waking the Lion card, which I feel is good, because I feel like your focus is increasing. One of my favorite sayings also is, real lions like to hunt, right? This is from Eric Thomas, the hip-hop preacher. I feel like some of you are discovering, like, what you do. It's like maybe your whole life, even if you're like 70 years old or 80 or 90 years old, doesn't matter. I feel that some of you are discovering, like, what your purpose is, like what you are built for. You're discovering that skill, that thing that we're all born with, whatever it is for you. And that is what I would spend time refining this month. Like I think it would be great for you at the end of the year here, for the next, until the end of the year, basically. I would like pick something that you are going to improve daily, and make it the thing that you do, like a lion. Real lions hunt. It's like real Capricorns do what? Like, what do you do, right? And I feel you need to kind of claim that crown. It's funny because I always say to Leo that they need to claim their crown. And, with the lion here, I kind of feel that. It's like you need to be the king, you need to be the best at something or whatever the case may be. You have the Four Wands. Four Wands can be marriage, although, again, it's coming up in the past. So, maybe some of you are changing your views on love or connection. That's kind of what I feel here for whatever reason. I feel that some of you are changing your views on love. That's going to be different for all of you. I feel some of you are maybe changing it to say that you want love. For others, I feel like maybe you're just choosing to love yourself right now. It's like, it's going to be different for all of you. That's the feeling I get off of the card. I also feel that you're committed to new things. Again, this is coming up in a past position, but I really feel that Waking the Lion card is saying there is something that you need to commit to on a very deep level. Like I'm a tarot reader, like I am claiming it, right? I do this every friggin' day of my life. I have never missed a day except for once when I had COVID. I've been doing this for 10 years, exactly the same schedule, right? And so it's like I am claiming it by doing that. And so, again, that's what I feel like you need to do. It's like you need to make something a practice in your life, or you need to make something that you do, right? And it doesn't have to be that hard either. It could be something that, takes 5 minutes a day. Maybe it's just something simple, but I would commit to something. Next, you have this in the area of your very near future. You have this Servant card and this Size card. Yeah, I definitely feel you're trying to set yourself free from something. Especially, I do not think Capricorn is going to tolerate going through the motions, right? And here's what I mean. Is like if you have something that is just a routine that is like that you feel trapped to, you are not going to like that very much at all, right? I feel that you are going to be trying to do things to create more freedom freedom in your life for many years into the future to come, right? So it's like I think it would probably drive Capricorn crazy right now to have something like a tarot channel where it's like I am like a servant to this channel, although I enjoy it. So that's why I do it, because I like doing it. Trust me, I have major ADHD. If I didn't like doing this, I just wouldn't do it. Plain and simple, right? But again, I think that having something that's like too routine might feel a little bit like a prison to you, Capricorn. And if you have something like that right now, then you are definitely going to look for more freedom. And here's the thing that, again, speaking, not to talk about myself too much here, but this channel, it's like this provides me a ton of freedom. So, again, it's like that's why it's good for me. And, that's why I like it. But so you could be doing something that's like the same. You could be leaving, looking to set yourself up to leave a job so that you're not trapped and bound to something any longer. And here you go. You have the Devil. The Devil is your card. And technically, the Devil is Saturn and Capricorn, but it can definitely be Capricorn. So whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength. But, these two people are stuck and bound to the Devil's, black box here. And a lot of you could be doing things or looking to do things to set yourself free or to remove yourself from limiting situations at this time. And, I do think that would be a good focus for you. That could also be something that you refine, right? It's kind of funny. It reminds me of YouTube. There are so many things that people come to me with that they do on YouTube, and I'm like, why? And they're like, oh, because someone told me I had to do this. I'm like, why? It's like, well, there are plenty of people that don't, right? So it's like, I think that we, in life, that all of us, we have all these little prisons that we attach ourselves to, which are just the expectations of other people, something that someone said to us as a rule that isn't really a rule, right? So I feel it is popping into my head that, especially with that Nine of Swords next, that it would be a good time for you to look for those little prisons that are in your life, those little things that you say, oh, I have to do this because, someone told me a long time ago, this is what I have to do. And that's what I would be focusing on with the Devil. Like, can you get rid of those things? And the answer is yes. Next, in the area of your outcome, you have this Rendezvous card. Ooh, look at this. It says attraction, desire, longing, and taboo. You have this shared dreams. It says partners, places, times, and adventures. So you could be attracting a person like this. Not really a lot of love in this reading, but, again, that doesn't mean anything. Love is always available to us. But there definitely could be a strong connection. I would say it's probably someone who's on a similar wavelength. You start with the Hierophant. The thing with the Hierophant is he has these two people right here, and they are initiates. They're both being initiated into the Hierophant's belief system. So definitely sometimes I feel with the Hierophant that we can be attracting a person who's on just a similar wavelength or someone who is sharing a similar path to us. And you definitely could be attracting a person like that. There you go. Next, in the area of the next few months, you have the Nine of Swords. Again, I feel like micro prisons is the thing that you need to set yourself free from. I don't even feel bad about this. We're going to clarify in a minute. We'll see what comes up. But, I feel for a lot of you, these are just like tiny little prisons in your life that you need to remove yourself from. Tiny little little belief systems or little things you've picked up over time. And again, none of us are perfect. I probably have a million of these things in my life, personally, right? And so I'm sure there are plenty of things that I believe that keep me stuck, and I would just work on that. I am going to work on this. As I'm saying this, I'm like, I'm going to do this now. So I think that would be a great thing for you to focus on. Nine of Swords is Groundhog's Day. It's like, what are the things in your life that you repeat that keep you stuck? And, that's really what I would pay attention to. Also, Capricorn, I forgot to say, make sure to leave a like and drop a comment on this video. It really helps me out. I keep forgetting to say it. You have the Death card in the area of your closest relationships. Again, I feel like I need more details here, but I do feel that there are changes happening in your connections, in general, not just love, right? This is all connections in your life, Capricorn. So a lot of you could be making those changes. I also feel that something needs to change. Like, if you want love, then something needs to change here. Like, maybe you need to get out in public. Maybe you need to meet more people or put yourself on Tinder or whatever you kids do nowadays. I don't know. But, whatever it is, I would do it because I feel like a change needs to happen here. I also feel that, the king is dead on the Death card, and it kind of represents the death of establishment, which Capricorn is definitely the only, the major sign that is dealing with the death of establishment. So, again, I think you need to realize that your old love story is dead, which is probably a good thing. And now it's time to like build that new love story, or that new, and not even love, right? Also just all connections in your life. It's time to build a new story, like the story of people that support you, the story that people will lift you up and want the best for you, you know, all those things. And that is a story I would start telling. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Ten of Swords. I actually like this because Ten of Swords can be a blessing in disguise. And we start with the Hierophant, which is a blessing. He's making the same symbol that the Hierophant is making on his card right here. And so this can say that something from the past is dead, done, over with, but you could be realizing that that is a blessing. So I really feel more kind of like blessing in disguise energy on this Ten of Swords for sure. I do feel like some of you are kind of like completely cutting something out here. And, you know, I also get this feeling that I feel like I said this to you recently, Capricorn, but I feel like your mind is changing about things. And, but it's kind of weird. It feels weird to me. I'm not going to like sugarcoat it. It's like sometimes I feel like we start to change our mind about things, but we still hold on to the old beliefs a little bit. And, you know, it's like hard for us to kind of like, you know, fully let go, but it's like also hard to not see the truth or the simple fact of a matter, right? And, you know, kind of feels like work to me for some of you, where it's like you could be seeing that, you know, what you're doing for work won't last forever, right? And it's like you want to hold on to it because there's like security there, but at the same time, it's like you realize that there needs to be a change. And I feel like some of you are kind of like feeling that energy. You're probably feeling, today is September 13th, so you are probably feeling this energy right now. And I feel this is saying like just move, you know, you can slowly move towards the change, right? Your outcome is the Four of Swords. Yeah, with the eclipse on the 21st in Virgo, it will be a great time for you to rest, relax, recover, recharge your batteries. I think you're also hoping and praying for something here. Again, we're going to clarify right now in a second. But I feel a lot of you, it's like whatever you're hoping and praying for, it's, you know, there's something about you needing to like make bigger moves towards it, you know, here. I feel it's like, you know, he's healed, you know, on this card. And now it's time for him to make his move. So I kind of feel that energy for you here, Capricorn, for sure. But let's clarify. Let's see where this is going for you here, Capricorn. With the Hierophant and the Queen of Cups, you have the King of Cups. You know, definitely could be a divine counterpart coming in for you here. The King and Queen of Cups have a very strong emotional connection as well. That's the other thing, is that you could be attracting a connection here that it is more like has more emotional strength, or where you feel more emotionally connected to the person. So if you are attracting love, then there you go. Could be any sign. It doesn't have to be a water sign. With the Six of Pentacles, or sorry, the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Six of Cups. So again, Six of Cups would be kind of like a childlike connection, a very playful connection. The Six of Cups is a card of innocence and nostalgia. You know, I always say, to me, the Six of Cups does not represent a person coming back from the past. It's just thinking about the past. And it's coming up in the area of your mind, of what's on your mind. So I feel a lot of you could be thinking a lot about, you know, some nostalgic feelings. Is this good? Yes. The reason I think this is good is because of that Ace of Pentacles. There could be like childhood dreams, and I just got a chill, which tells me sometimes when I get a chill, that is like major confirmation for me as a reader. So I feel like I'm on the right track here. That some of you could be thinking about things from the past, like, you know, things that you thought you would be when you were younger, things that you thought you would be when you grew up, and all that other stuff. It's like, but I see it as everything coming together. It's like all your things are starting to add up in your life is what I'm trying to say. It's like you're connecting the dots from the past, and that's what I feel there. Also could be a soulmate, by the way. I do think the Six of Cups sometimes can represent a soulmate coming in for you. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Six of Wands. Definitely time for Capricorn to stand out. I feel, Capricorn, you are one of the signs that definitely should be doing things to get attention, whatever that means for you, right? In work, in business, you know, I would be taking bigger risks. We're going to talk about that with the Nine of Swords. There's something about that Nine of Swords that's saying to me that you're like making a bigger deal out of something than it needs to be. Definitely could be a risk. We'll talk about it right now. I feel with that Nine of Swords, it's like sometimes with the Nine of Swords, it is a card of rumination. You know, we can just be thinking about something we want to do or something we want to accomplish, and we just keep thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking about it, but we never actually, you know, kind of do it. And I feel like this is saying you're making a bigger deal out of something that is clearly going to be a victory. With the Four Wands, you have the Five of Pentacles. Yes, we talked about it. Sure, I think Capricorn, just based off their astrology, has definitely experienced challenges in connections, feeling left out in the cold, probably feeling misunderstood or, whatever, kind of being made, I think another thing that comes up for Capricorn is like being made out to be the bad guy in a connection as well. It's like that could be a story that you have experienced in the past where it's like maybe the other person was the bad guy, but they made you seem like the bad guy, all those things. It's like, I feel you are processing those things, but I also feel we're in a time of healing. We have, the eclipse in Virgo. I keep wanting to say the frickin' retrograde in Virgo for some reason, but there you go. But the eclipse in Virgo, I feel, is causing this. And yes, I understand there is no retrograde in Virgo. I'm saying that I just it keeps popping into my head. So there might be, the next time there's a retrograde in Virgo, I don't know when that is, but, that might be something you want to look into. With the Devil here, you have the Five of Wands. It's like, yeah, there are, I feel this for Capricorn. I feel there are certain conflicts, but they're not even like real conflicts. It's like, I feel for some of you, it's like the conflicts you could be experiencing are like, do I stay at my job or do I actually double down on my business? Do I stay where I live, where I know everybody, or do I go on the adventure and step outside my comfort zone? Do I, share my opinions on a YouTube channel, right? Stuff like that. Like those are the conflicts that I feel Capricorn is facing at this time. And again, this fits in very well with your astrology. But facing those things, that's exactly what you need to do, It's like, that's exactly what's going to make you stand out and is going to change your life, but you also have to do it. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Five of Cups. Yeah, it's like Five of Cups is regrets and sadness. Definitely time to let go of any regrets or sadness that you've been experiencing. He's regretting something or sad about something that he no longer enjoys. He's grieving his loss for his taste for wine, but he doesn't even want it anymore. So it's like he's sad about something that he shouldn't even be sad about any longer. So the solution to the Five of Cups is gratitude. Turning around, being grateful for these two cups. Then you get this bridge and this castle here. So I feel it's time to like turn around here, Capricorn. With the Death card, here you go. You have the Star. Amazing. Definitely a very good energy. It's a card of hope, faith, and renewal. It's a card of getting something you wish for as well. Also a great card for having a focus and, choosing something to focus on, which we talked about at the beginning of the reading. The Star is about having a North Star, having that one guiding light that you focus on to be successful. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Judgment card. Very good. Again, Ten of Swords says something is dead, done, over with. The Judgment card is the rebirth, So I feel even with that Six of Cups, I'm wondering if you are rebirthing all your life. It's like you are connecting all the dots, like I said, and everything is adding up in your life to something, to a major vision that is coming into focus. It's all coming together. It's all coming back to me now. Right now, here, Capricorn. I don't know who sings that. Whitney Houston or someone, right? Or no, it's not. It's someone else. I can't remember. But what I would say here is that it's all coming back to me now, here, Capricorn. I think that should be a song that you go listen to, whoever sings it, because I feel all the things are kind of returning, all the dots that need to be connected. And that's what's helping you bring your life into focus here. Yeah, with the Four Swords, you have the Knight of Cups. Definitely could be a knight in shining armor for sure. If you want love, love looks pretty good here. And, this could be something that you've been hoping and praying for with that Knight of Cups. So if you have been, then there you go. You have this arrow card. It says, you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Focus, right? The arrow is pointing at one thing. To get an arrow to hit a target, it's like you have to focus in on that one thing. And that's what I feel. That's it. That's all you have to do, Capricorn. Not much. You have this goldfish. It says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Yeah, we see a lot of these good wealth cards. Where was the... Oh yeah, you have this luck and money card and this abundance and luck card. So definitely a lot of luck in those areas. Now, again, you're going to have to make these changes. You're going to have to escape these little micro prisons that exist, all that other stuff. You have this lily card. It says spiritual love on it. Yeah, I literally said that with the Hierophant, that this could be a very spiritual connection if you are attracting love. Even if you don't want love, and even if you do, I think all of you should just be focusing on the energy of love. That would also be beneficial here. You have this ring card. It says a marriage will take place either in romance or business. There you go. Definitely could be a very strong connection. I feel like, for most of you, I feel you're committing to work as well. Both. Some of you definitely could be committing to a person, but also I feel you are committing to something work-wise, and that's exactly what I would do here. It's also a circle. It's like popping into my head. This whole time we're talking about connecting the dots. We're talking about all these other things. It's also with this ring. It's like things are coming full circle, and that's really I think the main energy of the reading. You have this feather card. It says someone you know is undependable and insincere. We really need to be careful of people who are undependable and insincere at this time, just because. So I would be careful of people like that. But overall, this looks amazing, Capricorn. I love this for you. And so thank you for being here. Make sure to like and comment down below. It really helps me out. And definitely enjoy your month.